Welcome back to the King of the League. My name is Cromar. I'm joined once again by Pallytime, and this is Eigendom versus Best Butt Buddies, aka BBB. And we're going to see some Division 4 action on Summoner's Rift. This is Game 1. Pallytime, glad to be here. How about you?
Oh, I thought you were informing me that I was glad to be here. Yeah, sure.
I have declared that you are glad to be here.
All right.
So our blue team is Best Butt Buddies. I've casted one of the game with them, with Keisha, Soft Nachos, Fletch, I the Goat. Recognize all these chaps. And Eigendom, however, I have not casted an Eigendom game yet, so these guys are new to me. We got two people named Beast. It's going to be hard to keep track of them. Dark Beast and The Beast. I guess, I don't know. I guess I'll call one of them White Beast, the other one Dark Beast. And we've got Kangaroo, Broken Bindings, and Scalds. That's for the actual lane matchups. We're talking about Vayne Lulu versus Ezreal Thresh. What do you think about that, Pallytime? Don't you hate going against Ezreal Thresh?
I do hate going against Ezreal Thresh, but I hate going against anything with a Vayne in it as well. I would give the advantage to Ezreal Thresh, though. The amount of ability they have to stop aggression is really hard to deal with, especially when you're playing a Vayne, where you have to get in there. You have to jump right into their face in order to get any damage done.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Another thing about going up against a Vayne, which is really frustrating, is that the stakes are so high. If you lose your lane, your team is screwed.
Yeah.
You do not need to have a fed Vayne running around. It's like you hit that moment like 8 minutes in and you're like, oh crap, Vayne has 4 kills in top farm. Well, this isn't good. So, yeah, going up against a Vayne always scary. Going up against Ezreal is extremely frustrating because he's so hard to gank. He's so hard to kill. I mean, as a jungler, I'm just like, oh god, Ezreal bot lane, great. And with the Thresh protecting him, forget it. I mean, Thresh is so good at peeling for his carry all game long. Lane phase, end of the game. He's just amazing at it. Even before level 6, even before he has box, just Flay and Death Sentence alone is a lot of CC, and you can't cleanse the Death Sentence. So what the hell are you going to do about it? So it's really, really difficult to play against. What you got to do is wait for him to make a mistake, catch him, and then maybe you can do something. But with Ezreal's Arcane Shift, I don't know. What can you do? You can bait him into using it offensively. There's not much else you can do. He's just really difficult to gank.
It's worth mentioning that Nautilus opted for a smiteless blue and went straight to red, and now it's looking like they're going to go for a gank top lane.
Yeah, this is actually a fairly early gank going up the lane. The positioning is just about right for it. It's not too far back to the tower, not so far up that he can't clear the distance without getting spotted. That is what he's going to do. What do you think Pallytime's going to land this anchor toss? I
still think it's against a Rumble. Rumble's still going to have his flash, but also just his innate ability to escape if he chose to get it. I think they're going to be just fine. I think Rumble's going to be just fine.
Yeah, he's pretty tanky. He did land the dredge line, pops the scrap shield, see if he can escape. There's the flash. They're going to dive it. Oh my god, this is such an early dive. They just can't finish him. They finally finished him off. The Ignite tick taking him down. Rumble fighting for his life. And no, that is going to be a first blood for Eigendom. With, I believe Kangaroo got that kill, didn't he? No, that was actually the Riven player that got the kill. So that would have been Scalds who got that first blood. That's going to be a snowballing top lane. It was close, though. It was really, really close. They just, Nautilus had to stand under the tower forever, auto-attacking.
Once Rumble got in tower range, once Rumble brought them back into tower range, he decided to sit there and fight.
Yeah, he took it like a man. That's what he did.
He did.
It's very impressive. So that was a really nice try, Arion. I mean, it's really difficult to deal with something like that. I mean, anchor toss coming out of the brush from absolutely nowhere. He had no idea that player was even there. No. So, but it was well played for both sides. I think could have gone either way. So we're looking at a slight gold advantage now for our red team. That is Eigendom. Let's take a look at farm, see how that's progressing. We actually see Vayne ahead on farm. They're pushing her, they're pushing the other team into the tower. So I the Goat pushing a little bit hard. It's getting extra farm out of it, but check out his health. That's not a good position to be in.
I feel like Vayne opted to go for the... we could see that.
Almost. There it is. Yeah, Vayne was playing too deep.
I was just about to mention how risky her item choice was at the beginning of the game. She's playing with Lulu. Lulu does not have any means of healing Vayne. She started out with the Doran's Blade to get some extra farm, do some more harass, do some more damage, easier last hitting. I mean, it's good for those reasons, but Ezreal started out with the sword and potion opening.
And potions, yeah.
He just had
more sustain. He hasn't even needed the potions.
Exactly.
And he doesn't even need the potions, so he could survive a gank, heal up, survive another gank, and then be fine. And that's even if it's a really good gank. If it's not even a good gank, he doesn't even need to use the potions. Whereas Vayne, just the harass from Ezreal and Thresh got her down so low. And I the Goat, I guess he just went a little bit too deep and underestimated their burst. I mean, that wasn't even like an all-in play from them. It was just a little bit more harassed. And they're like, hey, she's one auto attack away. I guess I'll flash for this. No, he didn't even flash for it. He just shifted for it. That's all he needed to do. So I the Goat was completely screwed in that situation. And their jungler there, Soft Nachos, took the lane while he's back, but Soft Nachos has left and gone to gank mid lane. Not sure if he's going to get anything there, but they really, really need to abuse bot lane if they want to have a chance here.
It seems like everything's going pretty well for the red team right now. They're up 0-2. They have about, a little more than 1,000 gold advantage. And I think the blue team really needs to get some successful ganks going on here. We really haven't seen Sejuani really have any impact on any lane up until this point. Yeah,
absolutely. Soft Nachos needs to take advantage of that perma-slow and get something done. Whether that's Riven, that's who I would probably target first, or bot lane. I probably wouldn't mess with mid lane. As much as you do want a Kha'Zix to go nuts and snowball, that would definitely help. That is a Victor, and Victor will kill one of you in a 2v1, most likely. Victor is also a cautious player, and he's going to be really difficult to catch out. He is a little bit overextended here, but he does have a ward down, so that's why he's confident about his positioning. And overall, though, we're going to see Victor hiding in the tower most of the game. So I wouldn't prioritize mid lane. I would rather prioritize top and bottom, particularly to help this Vayne get fed. We need that Vayne to have as much farm as possible, So that's best but buddy's best chance for coming back from this deficit. It's only 1,000 gold. I mean, that's like what, a dragon and a couple kills?
Yeah, it's not very much, but any discrepancy this early in the game is something you want to avoid, in my opinion.
It is, yeah, it is for sure, especially since the top lane appears to be snowballing. Our Riven player Scald sitting at 55 farm to 23 for Arion.
Lulu way out of position bottom lane, going up river toward dragon.
Yeah. Well, she may attract, all these people chasing her. They're not going to catch her. They're going to waste their ults, too, and waste a whole bunch of time and allow I the Goat to farm. That was kind of a silly mistake.
It did get Victor out of the lane as well, which allowed Kha'Zix to walk over and snag up his blue.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, not bad at all. Safely, too. And Victor's also going to take his blue as well. And check out Kha'Zix just, free farming now.
Man-moding that mid lane.
Yeah, it was. It's kind of a mistake there from Eigendom, but that's okay. It's not going to cost them that much. And they're still 1,000 ahead. So they're still in a perfectly fine position. As far as levels, I just noticed that the ADCs have level 6 bot lane, but not the supports. Well, there we go. Now he's got the box. Thresh has the box now. If they were to initiate, then BBB would have a really tough time with a battle because...
Speaking of initiating.
There's the initiate. They're going to land the grab on Lulu and the box. She's done for. She's absolutely done for. No wild growth available because she wasn't level 6. What did I call that or what, Pallytime? Check that out. And now they're going to turn around and focus on Vayne. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Dark Beast was really not that confident about that fight. I'm kind of surprised. I guess they figured, well, we got our kill. Let's not be greedy and take a risk, unnecessary risk there. So they just decided to bail. They were pretty low on mana. That's probably the thinking. We're just like, screw it. We're low on mana. We don't want to risk screwing up here.
They were low on mana, but I don't know if that still was worth wasting a flash for. But then again, on Ezreal, he's jumping all over the place anyway. It's not like it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, losing that flash isn't as disabling as it is to like a misfortune or something.
Very true.
Yeah. So I see exactly what you mean.
Sejuani's deciding to just camp the top lane, not really getting any farm for herself right now. She's been up there for a surprising amount of time.
She just revealed herself to the minions on accident. I think she realized she revealed herself to the minions and was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go back. And Fletch getting caught in that gravity field, but Victor not really taking advantage of it. Broken bindings. I believe Chaos Storm just came up right this second. don't think it was up while Cosmos was stunned. I think it's why I didn't go anywhere with that. So there's Kangaroo coming to return gank, but just running right into Soft Nacho. So we're going to have a tank fight here. I think that Scalds may turn us around if he chooses to. I don't think that these two players can do enough damage to kill these two. Yep, there's the turnaround. I think we all saw that coming, guys.
Oh, is it going to be a double kill? Missing the ult.
Yeah, with the Windstorm missing it, I don't think so. Yeah, it looks like Soft Nacho is going to escape. That's all right. Yeah, that was a pretty nice play. They baited him into overcommitting, and then as soon as the cooldowns were up, Scalds turned around and just completely smashed his face in.
Absolutely.
I mean, Arion just got destroyed there. The CC from Nautilus and the CC from Riven. I mean, she's no slouch, with broken wings. Yikes. So BBB in a really rough position here. They're losing all lanes. Looks pretty even mid. Actually, in fact, BBB has a farm advantage mid. That surprised me. But ignoring that one discrepancy, they're basically feeding everywhere else.
Well, we always talk about bot lane farm in these games and how important bot lane farm is. Well, they're staying just about even. Ezreal sitting at 78 right now, and Vayne sitting at 71. The only major difference is that Ezreal has those two kills.
Yeah. That's going to be rough. That's not something they want to deal with. They definitely need to get some more pressure from their jungler. But Soft Nacho's taking red. And unfortunately for them, Kangaroo 2 is coming up for a gank. He's sitting in Tribush right now. We could see a 3-on-3 battle under the turret. I mean, it's kind of early for a turret dive.
I think so too.
But they have a Nautilus,
Oh, there's
so
the grab.
Oh, wow, they don't even need to do the dive. They caught the Death Sentence combo on the Eye the Goat, and he is a goner. So Nautilus is going to not even need to dive this. Look at the positioning. Wow. Only taking one tower hit for Sexy Joystick, and then Soft Nachos is a little bit late to the party. And now, Best Butt Buddies is hurting, man. We're talking about a 3.5k goal advantage.
In this game so far, we're just seeing how important it is for junglers to add in that early game pressure. I mean, Nautilus is making a lot of these plays happen for his team, whereas Sejuani has been playing more passively, trying to get a little bit more farm in the jungle and also staying up top, and it's having a profound effect on the game.
You're absolutely right. I really wish that Soft Nachos would show more attention to bot lane, that last play there. I mean, granted, it's kind of bot lane's fault. I mean, Sexy Joysticks did not have a ward in the Tribush.
Very true.
So the Nautilus player was able to just sit there and wait for the perfect opportunity, which obviously came. And if they had that vision, then Kangaroos or then Soft Nachos would have been there in time. And in addition to that, I think that Eye the Goat would have been more careful with his positioning, knowing that a gank was just around the corner.
Kha'Zix was trying to make something happen bot lane and getting followed by mid and jungle. The Nautilus ult going down on Vayne. Kha'Zix, he is going to get out of there, surprisingly. I thought that was going to go a lot worse.
Yeah, I did think it was going to go worse, too. He was able to avoid the gravity field. I think that's what ultimately saved his life. He just juke-schooled everybody. And the depth charge on Vayne, by the time it hit her, she's pretty fast, obviously. By the time it hit her, she was pretty far away, so it didn't really matter that much. There's a dredge line on Fletch again. And we're going to go back up top, and we're going to take a look at this fight between this 2-on-1 fight. Scalds destroying Soft Nachos in a 2v1. May also destroy Arion. This is kind of terrifying. Arion's going to have to scrap shield out. Is it going to be enough? No. There's the stun and finisher. 2v1 victory. Scalds slaughtering them.
You might as well count that as a 3v1, because Blue was helping out, too.
Oh boy, that hurts. Best Butt Buddies is in an almost unwinnable position right now. Pallytime. I don't really know what they can do. I mean, they're going to have to really just have the perfect team fight. Just catch a couple people, have everybody walk in one at a time and slaughter them. That thing that people always do at low elo. We always do, for example. Some kind of massive mistake is going to have to happen here for Eigendom. Otherwise, Best Butt Buddies is screwed.
Do you think they have the team comp to really capitalize on those big mistakes?
Yes, because Kha'Zix. Yes, because they have a Kha'Zix. That's the only reason. He is decent. He can CS, and there's actually a Death Sentence bot lane. It looks like they may get another kill on Lulu. It depends on whether or not. Well, there's a Wild Growth. I don't think Box is available. That's why it wasn't used. There's the finisher. And Eye the Goat's going to chase this kill down. Finally getting a kill. I think they're pretty happy about that, but it was one kill for each carry, so it's kind of a moot point. And Kangaroo 2 is going to catch Eye the Goat here most likely. And back up top, a little bit of revenge. Soft Nachos and Arion diving Scalds. Scalds with double buff. Dodges. Wow. Dodges the harpoon. It's not enough, though. These guys are tanks. They can take a couple hits from the towers. Good try, though. It's a good try.
They're on the board now. That's important. They're finally on the board. They're finally bringing in some kills to their team, and it happened pretty much at the same time.
Yeah, and either go to skate, by the way. I really thought that he was going to get caught, but directed camera knew otherwise because it cheats like that, and let us know that he was going to escape. I really thought the kangaroo was going to catch him, but whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
He did. He actually lived.
I wish I saw that. I bet that was pretty impressive.
I kind of did too, but I have to thank directed camera because otherwise we would have missed that awesome fight up top lane. So Fletch pushing up to counter push here, trying to get something for their team. Best of Buddy's down 5k now, and that's going to be, I don't know what they're going to do about that. They're going to have to be really, really careful. That kill on Ezreal definitely helped. After all, it was a shutdown, and Vayne could use extra gold. If you look at items, Vayne has a BF sword, and Ezreal's rocking an Elder Lizard, working on his blue build.
I don't know anything about the blue build at all. I just know all the items are blue.
Yeah, all the items are blue, exactly. Well, he doesn't have his mana mune yet. Usually, you see Ezreal get that mana mune as soon as possible. He's got to get it charged, or at least get his tier, He's got to get that sucker charged so that he can get the Mirror Mana bonus, because that's when the build really comes into play, is when the Mirror Mana bonus is active. And so we need to get that as soon as possible. Thresh coming up with box available. Ezreal's ult's down, but I don't think he cares. They can engage here, and they're easily kill them. There's a missed death sentence. I mean, if I'm sitting here, if I'm playing Thresh, then I'm just going to wait. And I'm just going to use my death sentence every time it comes off cooldown, and as soon as I land it, that's a double kill. Or at least single kill. Fletch escaping the Chaos Storm. Not escaping the depth charge, excuse me. Going to use his ult to evade that. Kind of a waste. All those players throwing out their ults, getting nowhere.
I'm surprised they didn't commit to that kill. I mean, they used a lot of their resources trying to kill him, and then just completely let it go. I'm surprised.
I guess they figured that it's under a tower, and he is Kha'Zix, so he's just going to leap away. No matter how close we get, he is eventually going to escape. So they're like, oh well, whatever. Plus they're ahead, and generally when you're ahead, you don't want to make gutsy plays. You just want to kind of play safe, ride it out.
Is that what we do wrong all the time?
Yeah, that's what we do wrong all the time. Oh, hey, we're 10-0 bot. Oh, we just dove the Nexus 4 times, and now they caught up. Huh, well, all right.
Who would have guessed that? No one could have seen that coming.
Absolutely. Boy, so I don't, Eigendom, these guys are just absolutely dominating right now, and they're winning on everything except for, no, I was going to say they're not winning on farm, but in fact, Scalds has actually caught up now to Fletch. I mean, he's had such lane domination. Forcing a flash just out of nowhere, out of Rumble, is crazy. Let's see if Fletch can get out of here. Yeah, Scalds is clearly their primary carry for mid lane, for the mid game rather. And Goat popping the ult with half health, and but he does have the backup from Soft Nachos coming. I think he's gonna get it. There he goes, and they're gonna pick up Thresh as well. Hey, how about this comeback, guys? With a great gank from Soft Nachos. Certainly, without the gank, they would have lost the fight. I think
the missed flash. Did I see that correctly? Did Thresh do a missed flash there?
That's what it looked like to me.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, it happens. They're going to force this tower down. They're just ignoring the Kha'Zix. Screw off. We don't care about you.
Right before that play bottom lane, I was about to say, I think this is a prime time where Sejuani has to make something happen. I mean, not a lot of ganks have gone down this game, but she took that opportunity, and they got a double kill out of it. So that proves I'm a genius, basically.
Basically you're a genius. Yeah. That was a nice gutsy play from Eigendom. I mean, they're behind. They got to make plays,
Dragon
make things happen.
Did just spawn, so both teams look like they are in a position to contest this. But Sejuani opted to go get blue, so they're not going to have a smite at Dragon if they decide to go for it.
That's a good point. That's okay though. I'm sure they can stall it out. They definitely don't want to fight without a smite available, or rather, they don't want to force a Baron without a smite available. And they don't want to fight either. Team fight would go way, way against Best Buddies right now. I mean, Eigendom has massive team fight advantage. Although I do like Sejuani's ult, obviously. Her ult is very powerful. They have a dredge line. They have the box, which is really the key. And then Broken Bindings is so powerful. I mean, Victor, his ult combo, even though he doesn't have any kills, he has, some CS. He's not that far behind. Although, let me see what he's got for his hex. He's got Augment Gravity. That's interesting. Pallytime. I just noticed that. Gravity Field has an additional 30% cast range. He actually didn't get Augment Death. That may hurt them in a team fight. Well, I'm going to change my opinion there. That was a nice attempt from Rumble to steal that, but it didn't happen. Yeah, I might actually change my opinion there now that I look at it. I think that Best Buddies has a real shot in a team fight. Noticing that. Victor's damage is not going to be nearly as good as it could be. Still devastating. I mean, Chaos Storm's strong no matter what. But without the extra damage from Augment Death, I'm kind of surprised about that choice. Anyway, Scald's fighting off Fletch. And I guess he's running away from Lulu now?
I guess. I feel like anyone who fights Riv in 1v run right now has to just leave. They can't fight her. She is starting to snowball with that Bloodthirster and just her farm in general being almost top farm in the game. But apparently, a Lulu. Oh God, get out of here!
Of course, the real reason is that Scalds knew that he had teammates coming, he got the hell out of there. But it was still funny to watch. The Beast escaping from all these different players, going for death sentence anyway. Up around the mid, we have a kind of a nasty situation with Eye the Goat and Arion getting caught under that gravity field. So there's that extra long-range gravity field.
I feel like they could have taken more advantage of that gravity field. I mean, it caught two of their players in the middle of it. And the red team was close enough to where I feel like they could have made something happen there.
Yeah, I agree. Especially since they had the Vayne player stuck.
Exactly.
The Vayne player was in a nasty position right there. They would have killed him instantaneously. So I totally agree with you. I think that Wild Growth would have not been even remotely helpful, considering how far out he was and stunned. And there's also Victor right there. I mean, he's going to obviously drop the Chaos Storm straight on his head if there's an engagement. And
exactly.
That would be half his health immediately. So forget that.
Well, we're sitting at the 22-minute mark right now. Ezreal is at 145 farm. Vayne is at 130, so still pretty close. That's about a 1-kill discrepancy. But again, Ezreal just has more kills. He's up 2 kills to Vayne. And Kha'Zix's getting grabbed in mid lane.
He's gone. He's done for. The leap wasn't enough. The combined burst of Victor and Ezreal is too much, way too much. And then crowd control of Thresh. See, that's exactly the kind of play they need to make constantly. They need to catch people like that. I mean, Thresh's CC is so strong.
Lulu and Vayne are bottom lane. If they're quick, they're going to be able to get this tower no problem.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to though. I don't think they're going to force it. They don't want to. They don't want to make a mistake right now. After all, Sejuani's ult is a real game changer. I mean, if they catch Ezreal out of position, they could burst him down, and then they'd be really screwed. I mean, with Chaos Storm down and with the wrong augment essentially, Victor would not be that valuable in that fight. So Arion fighting Scalds under the tower, the ult slowing him enough. He flashes for it, and there you go. All right, Arion getting a revenge kill on Scalds one-on-one. Scalds is like, oh man.
Do you think a death would be worth getting that tower for?
No, not really. I mean, they can force that tower anytime.
Yeah.
They can force that tower anytime they want. They're far enough ahead. It's 23 minutes in the game. They have a fed Ezreal.
Oh, wow.
I don't think they have a problem with that. There's a death sentence on Eye the Goat. Misses
from
the dredge.
A mile away. It was from a mile away.
It was so long their team didn't even expect it to land. They were like, oh, we caught Vayne. What? I saw that. They did like a double take, and Kangaroo's like, oh shit, I need to throw my anchor. And didn't quite catch it. BBB's in really trouble. You know, I do feel like, to amend my previous statement, I do feel like they have a chance in team fights if they catch the positioning right. Because they have the combination of Sedge's amazing crowd control and Rumble's damage from his ult, which is the range on it's insane. Positioning doesn't even matter. He hit whatever he wants. And Eye the Goat has demonstrated that in the right situation he can put out serious damage. I think that with that combination they could do some damage, and they also have a really fed Kha'Zix. 172 farm. Eye the Goat, however, has run into a... Oh my god, he actually missed that death sentence. Oh wow, that was heart-stopping right there. Eye the Goat walked into a bush with 2 people. They did not expect to see each other there, and he booked it and avoided that death sentence. There's Scald going, destroying Sexy Joystick there, but the rest of the team is here to back it up. They may actually kill him. They did. They actually kill him. The Chaos Storm hitting everybody though, and there's the Rumble ult, and Eye the Goat comes from behind, hits the box. They're gonna win this team fight.
Wow, that is the team fight that they needed to happen, and they're going straight for a Baron attempt.
My God.
I think
what a comeback!
Their health
Oh,
is very
wow.
low. I don't know if they're going to be able... No, they're being forced to pull back from that Baron.
Yeah.
But that was exactly the team fight that they needed to happen. Riven initiated on the Lulu, but she was by herself and did not know where the rest of the team was. And they all jump on top of Riven and just completely take her out of that fight from the very beginning.
Yes. Absolutely, and Vayne came in late, which is exactly what you want to do as an AD carry, because you don't want the initiation to happen on your face. And they didn't even need to peel for her. They didn't even need to. I mean, everybody, they were already running for the hills. The Chaos Storm hit really well, but it just wasn't enough by itself. They didn't have the combination of the Riven damage and CC, and the box came out too late, I think. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, if the box had come in earlier and they could have held them under the Chaos Storm longer, then it might have gone completely differently. But the box came out fairly late, and the only real hit of consequence was on Vayne when Eye the Goat flashed in. But by that point, they were already kind of scattering. And as a result, Vayne really didn't care. He's like, all right, hit me with the box, whatever. I can still sit here and shoot.
As a result of that team fight, the gold has become a lot closer. They're about 3K behind right now. That's still a sizable amount, but the kill comparison, it's 10 to 11. I mean, that's pretty close.
Let's take a look. I want to look at the gold distribution right now, Pallytime. We're looking at the carries are essentially even. It's only 300 difference, which is, nothing. And in terms of gold distribution, I kind of feel like BBB has a real shot. I mean, the gold's about where you want it to be. I mean, as a matter of fact, Thresh has a lot more gold than Lulu. That doesn't help. So I would say, yeah, wow. So they just picked a dragon pickup, too, on top of everything else. Another dragon pickup. For BBB.
Everything's going the way they need it to go right now.
Yes.
I don't think they could have any complaints at this point.
No, definitely not. Eigendom has not capitalized on their early lead. Their Victor has not been decisive enough in team fights. Scalds, although he was dominating for a period, I mean, that 2v1 was just, that was just terrifying. The 2v1 victory earlier. Scalds has not had the kind of presence he's needed. He just hasn't carried. He's been amazing in solo and small fights, but in every team fight, he just kind of crumpled.
I feel like he's getting over-aggressive in these team fights, going in a little bit too soon.
He's also building pure damage. You look at his build. Except for 2 Dorans, that doesn't really count. Other than that, he's pure damage, and that might have been a mistake. I mean, Riven generally builds damage and then switches to defense, because Riven's abilities are so powerful that you don't really need to build damage. And
breaking news that you can only get here: Riven's abilities are powerful.
Well, yeah, I know, right? I mean, that analysis, you can't get that analysis anywhere else. LCS ain't got nothing on this, man. Come on. So
Vayne might have been caught out of position there if Victor and Thresh were paying a little bit more attention to her, but no, she's going to make it out of there just fine.
Yeah, she's going to be fine. So the goal discrepancy down to 2K, which is basically not that big of a deal in this late in the game. We're at 28 minutes. And this game could go either way. It's about dead even.
I would like to point out that the ward placement for the red team has gotten a lot more defensive since that last fight. I mean, 5 minutes ago, let's say, they had wards all throughout the blue team's jungle. And now they're kind of limited back to the river. It's like a neutral warding position again. I think that team fight really set them off of their game.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at the vision, like you said, and yeah, you're absolutely right. They don't have any wards whatsoever in the enemy jungle. I mean, you could say that about both teams, really. But they need to get more aggressive with their warding for sure.
Well, a few minutes ago, they had ward placements. I know at least they had sight of the blue. Yeah.
Yeah. They need to get back to that. They need to get back to that place for sure. Speaking of vision, Soft Nachos is spotted here. Doesn't even realize it. And Eigendom's looking to take advantage. They just can't wait to catch somebody else. They had vision on Eye the Goat as well.
Teams are getting
grabbed. No, not gonna happen. Also, Lulu should not be going back this far. That could be a disaster if they catch him. But no, the whole team is going back. They're gonna grab this red first. I think they're confident that nothing's gonna happen at Baron right now. I'm not sure if I would be that confident. I might be a little more edgy about that.
I really feel like the red team has to make something happen here. They're playing way too defensive. They're letting the gold gap get smaller and smaller and smaller the more they're just waiting around.
Yeah, clearly they're not able to press their advantage. They've been playing cautiously. Normally, when you're ahead, you play cautiously and you wait to take advantage of your opponent's mistakes, and you take advantage of the fact that you just are superior and going to win every fight. But what's happened is even though they were superior, they were losing every fight because they were making massive mistakes. So now BBB is caught up, and now they're like, oh, we can't play like this anymore. We have to really do something. And they're going to take this ward at Baron Pit, getting the vision advantage here. I know both teams want to do Baron so bad, but they're terrified to do so until there's at least a couple kills on the board. We've been sitting at 10 to 11 for about 8 minutes. So both teams are really, really just terrified of making a mistake. Oh, man. Could go either way, Pallytime. This is the edge of my seat stuff right here.
Well, Vayne is opting. I think red team needs to go for Baron right now. Vayne and Rumble are both bottom lane. Rumble was getting the golems in the jungle. Vayne is pushing bottom lane. I know they have sight of Vayne. They know she's out of position. They need to be pressing this. They have to make something happen here.
Yeah, they're going back to buy instead, it looks like.
I don't think
Ezreal actually has a lot of gold saved up, so I can understand that.
Ezreal's sitting at almost 10,000 gold right now. Vayne's right there next to him, though. I mean, they're
Vayne's caught
dead
up. That's
even.
huge. That's huge. Vayne's sitting on a Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, and building an Eye Edge next. No Blade of the Ruin King. I thought she would for Nautilus, but that's all right. Nautilus, I guess, hasn't really been building that much health. He doesn't have the Warmogs. He has a couple of health items, though. Ezreal's blue build progressing well. He obviously got his Older Lizard first. He's also got a Last Whisper, and he just picked up his Iceborne Gauntlet. That's when he backed. So that Iceborne Gauntlet is going to change things significantly. But he doesn't have a Mana Mute. I don't think he's even going for a Muramana, which is kind of a mistake. I mean, the Muramana is a huge part of his damage. And they're going to counter ward here at Baron. Oh boy, here comes a Baron fight. The Beast sitting in the brush.
Sejuani is out of position.
Oh, Sejuani's way out of position. She can go through the wall, but it doesn't matter. They already lost their support. Not very good at all. And then they pick off Eye the Goat as well. Eye the Goat in a terrible, terrible position. That was such a huge blunder. Such a huge blunder from Best Bud Buddies. And Fletch is going to escape, but they're going to have control over Baron. Notice how, despite the massive advantage, they still almost lost Scalds because of his damn build. He's not going to escape. Oh. What a move. Do you see that blind death sentence over the wall? Wow. Okay.
Fantastic play.
Done. So that's a free Baron for Eigendom. And Best Bud Buddies is punching themselves. They're like, oh, we worked so hard to come back and threw it all away.
If the red team did not make that happen, I don't know where they would be in this game right now. They were sitting around for so long that the gold discrepancy was non-existent. Blue team had caught up in gold because while they were sitting around waiting for something to happen at Baron, the blue team was just farming to their heart's content.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they're actually going to pick Kangaroo and give him smite control here. So now they have smite control over Baron. There could be a steal if they take long enough, but no, Baron is not low enough, and they're just going to turn and just kill their enemy smite as well. And that's a good try. Sexy Joystick, since he died so early, is coming back, but they don't have smite control now, so they're not going to steal that. No, definitely not. They may get the kill on Ezreal, taking advantage. Yep, there it is. Wow, enough CC. That's all they needed. Scalds is here with full health, using that pure damage build to absolutely destroy Lulu. But he's not going to be able to fight these two. He needs Victor to come save him, which is exactly what happens. And there's a double kill for Scalds. Arion forced to retreat. So, yeah, just another disaster for Best Bud Buddies, as they lost 3 people at Baron and got nothing for it. They picked off Thresh and Nautilus. Big whoop. The
main issue was at the Baron contest, they just went in one at a time. Even if it took them a few more seconds to compose themselves and all gather up, you definitely want to move into that situation as a team. You do not want to jump into the mouth of a giant lizard by yourself.
They definitely went into early. You're absolutely right. They rushed in. What they should have done. There's a lot of things they could have done differently there. The biggest thing I think would have been waiting for Baron to be just a little bit lower before they killed Kangaroo 2. After all, Baron was damaging him, so he would have been even easier to kill. And with Baron low enough for smite, they could have gotten a steal there. They could have, but it was a nice try from Soft Nachos. At least he tried. He did manage to kill their smite, so I was on the edge of my seat there for a second. I thought they might get it.
Dragon is up right now, and Kha'Zix is going to try to start doing some damage to that. Nautilus is walking into the area, dropping down a ward, and does see Kha'Zix.
Yeah, let's see if he's going to have to escape. Not exactly sure. Yeah, he's just going to give up and run out of there. Doesn't want to get caught in there with Nautilus and Victor. That's basically an instant death.
And Red's going to pick up an easy dragon.
Yep. continuing to push their lead. So we have a chance for a fight here. Sejuani is busy fighting. That's not good because, once again, Sejuani out of position,
Wow.
Thresh initiating, and the crowd control combination is just something they just can't deal with that at all. So a combination of bad positioning from like 3 different people, and that's a total domination. And Best of Buddies is screwed now. But then again, we thought they were screwed before, and they came back. But they can't keep having these positioning mistakes, man. They can't keep having that happen. They get caught in just the worst places. And the combination of gravity field and box doesn't even matter if you use cleanse. It's not enough. There's so much CC on you that passive on it isn't enough. And
they're going to
also
be
have
able
Scald sitting here at full damage.
They're going to be able to pick up an easy 2 turrets, maybe even more.
Yeah.
After that.
You got that right. Scald is a Hex Drinker, by the way. It's a strange choice. If he wanted more defense, I thought he would have just gone all in with a GA or a Warmogs. Not halfway like that, especially with a... I'm not really that worried about AP, about magic damage right now. So Scald's going deep for a kill, gets pushed against the inhibitor and killed. That's the downside of an all DPS build for sure. And the Best Bud Buddy's going to get a couple of free kills out of that exchange. Meanwhile, Victor split pushing and taking a tower. I think they're like, yeah, we're willing to give up a couple deaths. We got an inhibitor and a well, no, we didn't get the inhibitor. Huh. That's a surprise. I really thought they were going to get that bot lane inhibitor, Pallytime.
I did too. They did get 3 turrets out of that push, so I mean, by all means, it was a good push. But I feel like they overcommitted to it at the end.
Yeah, they might have. I mean, they really abandoned Scalds. I mean, he went deep on him, and then they just totally abandoned him. He's like, I'm going to kill this damn Kha'Zix. I don't care what it costs me. And they didn't get the inhibitors. They do have 2 naked inhibitors though that they can take advantage of anytime they want. I mean, they could backdoor that or whatever they want to do, or they could just push up top lane. I mean, at this point, Eigendom has total control of the game. They have a couple players who still have Baron buffer on their feet. They have map control. Their vision isn't too great right now, but it's been a while since they had a chance to ward. I mean, they just went from team fight to team fight. So when they come back, the Beast is probably going to ward some. And so other than that small temporary vision problem, then they've got total map control. I mean, these guys can't do anything. Best Bud Buddies can barely take their blue safely.
The blue team is getting very defensive with their site right now. I mean, they have almost their entire jungle warded. So any advances that are going to happen, they're going to be able to see and hopefully prepare for. Kha'Zix, whoa there, buddy.
They'll be able to see it. Yeah, that was close. They'll be able to see it, but they won't be able to do anything about it. I mean, if the whole team's there, if there's like one guy trolling around their jungle trying to take wraiths, then they could pick him off. But I don't think Eigendom's going to make a mistake like that at this point in the game. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's if they go in the jungle, it's going to be as a team. I mean, there's just, Best Bud Buddies can't push any lanes right now. They just can't. As a team, they're going to lose every team fight. They're so far behind. I mean, look, Riven's sitting here with... Riven's actually picking up a chain vest. I think... wow. He must have spent a lot of gold at once. I didn't look at the gold a minute ago, but he must have had a lot of saved up because Scalds has picked up a Black Cleaver, a Maw, and a Last Whisper. He had the parts for the Last Whisper, but he bought that. I mean, I know the combine price is pretty low. And he picked up a chain vest, so I assume he's getting a GA next. Once he has that GA, forget it. I mean, he should have got it a lot earlier, to be honest, but once he has that GA, forget it. Scalds will just cream the enemy team.
Well, this final push could be it. Kha'Zix is way out of position. Rumble is slightly out of position, but I don't think they're aware of this because they don't have the sight that they need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, they don't. We did see the Beast put down 3 wards as they came across, but they're more defensive in nature. So there's a hook on Eye that goes out of position again. The depth charge hitting as well. He's going to survive, though, because there was no follow-up on that. And Broken Binding is also out of position, and Eye the Goat's going to finish him off pretty easily. Now, Eye the Goat running wild on their team. He's going to have to just be a little careful about Scalds, but he has the peel for it. It's now down to 3v3. They're going to take this inhibitor after they heal up here. Eye the Goat does have Home Guard. He's going to rush back in. Let's see if he can push Scald against this inhibitor. He's going to try, miss it, but he might be able to do the damage. Death Sentence, though, hitting him. Can't get out of it, and he's going to die to that combination. He went in way too deep without his allies. He had Home Guard, and they didn't. That turned out to be a problem. The Maw paying off big time for Scalds as he manages to survive Rumble's damage.
How did he stay alive through all of that? Did you see how low his health was?
He built defense, man. he finally did what we've been saying needed to do all game. He picked up a Maw, he picked up a Black Cleaver for extra health, and he picked up a Chain Vest. That's all three. He's got health, he's got MR, he's got armor, he's got it all covered. I think it's a bit late. I wish he had a GA by this point, maybe instead of a Last Whisper. But he's Riven now. He's a real Riven. He's incredibly dangerous. And
when you said that, the only thing I could think of was Pinocchio wanting to be a real boy. He's now a real Riven.
Well, yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, when he was sitting there with a Brutalizer and a Bloodthirster and 2 Dorans, he was getting slaughtered. He was jumping in, killing one person like LeBlanc style and instantly dying. But now that he has, his proper build, he can survive anything. I mean, that Maw, they couldn't even break through that Maw damage alone.
Baron is back up at this point. The blue team does not have any sight of what's going on over there or any wards on the map at all at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be bad for them. Besides being down 12k, they lost 2 inhibitors on that. Just a little thing like that.
That little
a little tip from John Madden. If you want to win League of Legends,
you need to get touchdowns.
You need to get touchdowns. You need to cross that end zone with the ball in your hand. No, you need to not give up any inhibitors. I mean, that play was just devastating for them. I mean, that was that's the tipping point right there. I mean, it's impossible for them to come back now. Virtually impossible. They'd have to stall for 10 minutes, get their inhibitors back, catch up a little bit on gold, have Vayne finish her build. Her build's getting close. She's getting a Last Whisper next, it looks like. Have Vayne finish the build, and then catch him in the right position. Maybe burn Scald's GA before the team fight. I mean, there's a lot of things they got to do perfectly to have a chance here. But with Scald's having a GA and being fully stacked now, having 5 out of 6 items, almost fully stacked.
Nautilus being really indecisive about where he wants to go with that pink eye. I mean, they know Ward's in the bush, but they're all too afraid to go up there and kill it because obviously then the blue team would know they were there as well. But I don't think, I don't think they have anything to worry about. If they want to kill Wards, they should go kill Wards.
I don't think so either. A bit of a waste of gravity field. Depth charge hitting Eye the Goat. They're gonna another positioning mistake. Eye the Goat's gone or didn't get anything done at all for his team. And we actually have Best Bud Buddies attempting to fight this, but it's going to be a total disaster. They don't have their carry. They don't really have anybody who can do anything. Fletch is coming in a little bit late, which is the right thing to do, but it's just not enough by himself. And they're going to wipe out the rest of this team effortlessly, with only their tank taking significant damage. And Fletch is going to escape, and they're going to just push in and win at this point. I don't see how... I mean, this is it. This is the winning push.
This has to be it, yeah.
This has to be it. Fletch is going back, but even with home guard, it doesn't matter. He can't defend this. At best, he could kill Nautilus before he dies, and that's being generous. I don't even think he's gonna even try. He's just gonna hang out. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, maybe try to burn that GA. I don't know. All right, well, that's a game.
That is a game.
He's making a lot of positioning mistakes with the AD carry that really cost them. Getting caught many times by Nautilus and other players and Victor and everybody. Thresh. I mean, everybody caught Eye the Goat right there, and that. Made, even though they held on for that last team fight for a little while, they didn't instantly all die. If Eye the Goat had survived, if Eye the Goat had not got caught at all, and could sit there and shoot freely that whole time, then they would have got something done there. They really would have. They may have won that team fight. It just came down to their carry getting caught and instantly murdered. Oh well, it's a nice try.
Well, this was
so they
fun.
had me going though. Pallytime. I thought they were. This is fun. It's our catchphrase.
I was just waiting for the right time to go in there with it. Well, this is fun.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Even Lulu couldn't keep him alive in that situation. Even Cleanse and Lulu together couldn't keep him alive. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Pallytime. That was Game 1, Eigendom versus Best Butt Buddies in Division 4. So, I'll see you next time.
See ya.